Some people, when asked to play in the key of F, put a capo at the 3rd fret. At that point, the note on the 4th string is the note F. And then they hold what looks like a D shape, and that's their F chord. But that's not how Earl did it. Quite often, he would just stay in open G tuning, and at that point, we have to decide what do we want to do with our 5th string. So, I will play an F chord and see what that 5th string sounds like. Actually, not too bad. Turns out your 1-4-5 is F, B flat. I'm playing it with my 3rd finger so that I can easily go to C or back to F. Not too bad of a clash there. When we go to a C chord, the G note actually fits in. So we're going to just leave that 5th string at G, so we're in complete standard G tuning. Let's begin to find melody notes by taking a look at the F major scale that's formed right off of this F chord. All the notes will be in the 1st position. You'll notice I kept my 1st finger down. There's a reason for that. If we play the open string like we do in the key of G, clunk. So that reminds me not to play that note. Sometimes you'll hear that the open 1st string will be sounded as the 2nd string 3rd fret. Same pitch, just we'll get it over here. That's why that note's in parentheses. And we also play the notes leading up to that F root. You can see that this note comes out of your C chord. So get familiar with those notes. So here's an example of a melody being played out of that scale, the song Jambalaya. So goodbye Joe, me gotta go, me oh my oh. There are only 2 chords in that song, F and C. So those will be our fill-in notes. We'll put some rolls around that melody. Here's what it would look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. If you need to hear any of these examples slowed down as we go along, just use the YouTube features under the settings. The next thing let's try to do is to take a lick that we hear all the time in G and see if we can move it to F. It turns out we can't move it back 2 frets, but what we can do is play a little lick off this F chord that sounds like what the guitar player plays as a tag lick, the Lester flat run. And we'll use that when we get to the end of a solo. Being that our melody note may be this low F, we sometimes will be asked to play that low F with the index finger if we're playing a forward roll. So that's something that's going to show up in this next song that we go over. Let's take a look at the bluegrass standard New River Train. The first melody note is right here, the C note within the F chord. Riding on that New River Train. Notice how it outlines the chord. We'll pick up that D melody note on the 2nd string 3rd fret. When you get that open G note, that's going to take you into your C chord. And so we'll put that melody to some forward rolls, and we'll play the whole thing and show you the tab on the screen as we go along. Just one other quick mention, and that is when we get to the B flat chord, there's going to be a C melody note. So instead of barring the 3rd fret, I'll play the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, get my C melody note, and then move my 3rd finger over to get the next note of the B flat chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. As we find ourselves moving up the neck, we'll be thinking of the F at the 5th fret, followed by the B flat in an F shape, meaning this F shape moved up to the 6th fret, and a C as a bar chord. So essentially we're playing at the 5th position at this point. When playing up the neck, we can do like we did down the neck, try to find G licks that move back to F. And in this case, we will use this E minor shape that you see in Cumberland Gap and other songs and play this tag lick. Move it back 2 frets. If you're having trouble stretching to fret 9, you can use fret 8. It'll also sound good. Next, we're going to string together some backup licks similar to what Earl used in the song Dim Lights, Thick Smoke. We'll use it against this simple 8-measure progression. You'll notice some single string style playing going on, so the right hand thumb and index fingers are marked in these licks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you recognize some of those licks from other songs. When we got to the B flat, that was what they call the 6 white horses lick. And then this lick, you hear J.D. Crowe use that in his backup all the time. Here it is in G. So you can challenge yourself to take the process and move it on up the neck. The next set of chords would be the F at the 10th fret. The B flat ends up being in a D shape. And you move back 2 frets to get your C. And that's where you hear these high backup licks. And then also connecting like the top of your B flat up to the one at the 15th fret. You can do the same with the C chord. And I ended up with my F chord at the 13th fret. So once you get to know the neck well and you know your 3 main shapes and your 1, 4, 5, which is F, B flat, and C in the key of F, you should start to be able to play in the key of F all over the neck. So good luck as you move forward.